20:21. This use of the term statute giver may have the following meaning. Most of the tribes had their inheritance assigned to them by lot, under the direction of Joshua and Eleazar the high priest. But, shortly after the defeat of the Midianites, the tribe of Gad, along with Reuben, had requested land near the Jordan River. Since these tribes had much livestock, the land was well suited for them. Moses heard their request favorably and granted them this part of the land. New 32. 1-5, 20-22, 28. Hence, their portion was in allotment of a statute giver, Moses, the lawgiver to Israel. Lawlessness. See man of lawlessness. Laying on of hands. See hand. Lazarus las a middle dot trust probably the gr. Form of the heb. Name Eleazar, meaning God has helped. 1. The brother of Martha and Mary. His resurrection was one of the outstanding miracles performed by Jesus Christ. Joe 11. 1, 2. Jesus had a deep love for this family living at Bethany, about 2 miles from Otextoi acute Miritra Longo. Lazarus 226. That they the crowd present might believe that you sent me forth. Joe 11. 38-42. Jesus then called the dead Lazarus out of the tomb, and he emerged, undoubtedly to the astonishment and joy of those present. Joe 11. 43-44. This miracle moved many to put faith in Jesus, but it also caused the chief priests and Pharisees to plot his death. The anger of the chief priests was further aroused when a great crowd of Jews came to see not only Jesus, but also the resurrected Lazarus. Because of Lazarus, many Jews were putting faith in Jesus, and so the chief priests took counsel to kill Lazarus also. Joe 11. 45-53. 12. 1-11. However, there is no biblical evidence to the effect that these religious foes carried out their evil plans against Lazarus. John's account of the resurrection of Lazarus has been assailed by some critics of the Bible. They point to the silence of the other gospel accounts regarding this event. A consideration of the various gospels will show, however, that even the writers of the synoptic gospels did not each recount every deed of Jesus. For example, only Luke reported the raising of the son of the widow of Nain. Luke 7. 11-15. John did not customarily repeat what others had recorded. The resurrection of Lazarus is a notable instance of this. This miracle of Lazarus' resurrection served well as part of Jesus' ministry, both to illustrate the power of the Son of God and to increase faith in him and the resurrection. Joe 11. 4, 41, 42. It evidently occurred near the beginning of the year 33 CE. The scriptures do not furnish information as to the circumstances, place, or time of Lazarus' death after his resurrection. See resurrection. Resurrections before ransom was given. There is no biblical statement nor any reason to link the historical Lazarus with the beggar of Jesus' illustration of the rich man and Lazarus. 2. The name given to the beggar in Jesus' illustration commonly known as the parable of the rich man and Lazarus. Luke 16. 19-31. In the Vulgate the word rich has been rendered by the Latin adjective dives, which is often mistakenly used as the proper name of the rich man. However, the Jewish name Lazarus itself was common in ancient times, a fact borne out by Ashuri inscriptions. In the parable, the ulcerous beggar, Lazarus, was put at the gate of the rich man, desiring to be fed with the things that fell from the rich man's sumptuous table. Lazarus subsequently died and was carried off by angels to the bosom position of Abraham, a place comparable to that occupied by a person in ancient times when he reclined in front of another on the same couch during a meal. Abraham had a conversation with the rich man, who had also died, was buried, and was in Hades, existing in torments. A great chasm that could not be crossed separated the rich man from Abraham and Lazarus. The rich man's request that Abraham send Lazarus to his 5 brothers to give them a thorough witness, in the hope of sparing them the same experience, met with rejection on the grounds that these had Moses and the prophets, and, if unwilling to listen to them, neither will they be persuaded if someone rises from the dead. See illustrations. For Jesus' illustration of the rich man and Lazarus, did he draw on rabbinic beliefs concerning the dead? Teachers and students of comparative religion have in some cases suggested that in giving this illustration, Jesus Christ drew upon the ancient rabbinic concept and teaching regarding the underworld. Josephus furnishes the following information regarding the then current view of the Pharisees in this regard. They believe that souls have power to survive death and that there are rewards. And o textoi acute miritra longo. Laziness 227. Laziness. Disinclination or aversion to effort or work. Idleness. Indolence. Slothfulness. Sluggishness. The Hebrew verb amidal.zal means be sluggish. JG 18. 9. The adjective related to this verb is translated lazy one. PR 6. 6. The Greek word omidal.kane-middle.ros means sluggish, slothful. Mount 25. 26. Row 12. 11. Into another term, no middle.throws, means sluggish, dull. Heb 5. 11. 6. 12. Jehovah and his Son, as the two greatest workers, hate laziness. Jesus said, "My Father has kept working until now, and I keep working." Job 5. 17. Throughout God's word the lazy